Have you ever noticed how the moment you step back, he starts stepping forward? One day, he's acting like your attention means nothing, and the next, he's chasing you like you're the best thing he ever lost. Why does this happen? What's the secret behind this sudden change? Here's the truth. It's not luck, not games, and definitely not about making him jealous. It's about you, your energy, and your ability to take back control in a way that changes everything. Most of us are taught to chase harder when someone pulls away. But let me tell you something, chasing doesn't work. The more you give to someone who doesn't value you, the less they appreciate you. The real solution: stop chasing. Focus on yourself, grow, and let him realize what he's lost. This isn't about being petty or playing mind games. It's about reclaiming your power and focusing on the one thing you can control: yourself. Once you embrace this mindset, something amazing happens. You shift the dynamics. Suddenly, he's the one realizing that life without you isn't as great as he thought. Today, we're diving into 7 reasons why giving him space can turn the tables. Each reason builds on the last, so by the end, you'll understand not just why he comes back, but also how to use this knowledge to become the most confident and self-assured version of yourself. Reason 1. He realizes what he lost. Let's be real, people often don't appreciate what they have until it's gone. When you step back and give him space, he starts to feel your absence. At first, he might not even notice. He might assume you'll come running back like always. But over time, things change. The little things you did, the good morning texts, your patience, your care, they suddenly feel like a huge loss. Life without your emotional support, comfort, and presence feels empty. He doesn't just miss you, he misses how he felt around you. He starts to realize that losing you wasn't just a mistake, it was a wake-up call. And by the time he realizes this, you're already growing, becoming a stronger, more confident version of yourself. This realization hits him hard during the quiet moments, the times when he's alone with his thoughts. Maybe he notices the silence where your laughter used to be, or he starts comparing the warmth you brought into his life to the cold reality he now faces. It's not just about missing you. It's about recognizing that your value was more than he ever acknowledged. By the time he truly understands the depth of his loss, you're on a completely different path. You're no longer waiting for validation or apologies. Instead, you're thriving, focusing on your growth, and surrounding yourself with people who genuinely cherish you. And in the end, this transformation becomes your ultimate victory, not his regret. Reason 2. Fear of losing you to someone else. Imagine this. He's scrolling through social media and sees a photo of you glowing, happy, and surrounded by new people. Maybe you're trying new hobbies, attending events, or just looking more vibrant than ever. Or perhaps he hears from mutual friends that you've been thriving in ways he never imagined. This strikes a nerve. He starts wondering, who are you spending time with? Is there someone new who appreciates you in ways he didn't? Are you moving on and creating a life that doesn't include him? These thoughts can quickly overwhelm him because they hit a deeper fear, the fear of losing you forever. This fear often becomes a wake-up call. He starts reevaluating his priorities and questioning his actions, or lack thereof. What was once taken for granted now feels fragile and fleeting. He realizes he needs to act before someone else steps in and fills the space he left behind. What makes this situation even more powerful is that you're not deliberately creating this fear. You're not playing games or manipulating him. Your focus on personal growth, happiness, and authenticity speaks volumes on its own. Without chasing or trying to prove anything, you're showing him that your value doesn't rely on his validation, and that's enough to make him reassess everything. Reason 3. The power of unpredictability. When someone knows exactly what to expect from you, they stop paying attention. But when you pull back, he starts wondering, why isn't she texting back? What's she up to? This unpredictability sparks intrigue. It pulls his focus back to you in a way it hadn't been for a long time. Suddenly, he's paying attention to the spaces you leave behind, the silences, the unanswered questions, and the mystery of your new rhythm. Curiosity is powerful, and now it's working in your favor. But let's be clear, this isn't about playing mind games. You're not being unpredictable to manipulate or confuse him. You're simply reclaiming your time and energy, pouring them into your passions, goals, and the people who truly value you. This shift is magnetic because it's real, and authenticity is irresistibly attractive. This newfound unpredictability forces him to re-examine the dynamic. For the first time, he's noticing what he may have overlooked: the depth of your value, the warmth of your presence, and the void left by your absence. It's not about making him miss you. It's about him realizing what he missed when you were there all along. And as you focus on yourself, something incredible happens. You're not just creating curiosity, you're setting a standard, a powerful reminder that your worth doesn't depend on his attention. Your life is vibrant, meaningful, and complete, with or without his interest. And that, above all else, makes you truly unforgettable. Reason 4. Your growth shocks him. When you step back and focus on yourself, you grow in ways he never expected. Maybe you've started leveling up in your career, picking up new hobbies, or becoming more confident. This kind of growth often surprises people because they assume you'll stay the same. But when you break out of old patterns and evolve, it shakes up everything he thought he knew about you. He starts to notice the changes in you, how you carry yourself differently, how your goals have expanded, how you're no longer waiting for external validation. This isn't just about superficial change, it's a deep transformation that radiates from the inside out. It challenges everything he took for granted. He thought he had you figured out, but now he's left trying to catch up with the new version of you. And here's the twist: you're not growing for him, you're growing for yourself. That's what makes it so impactful. Your transformation becomes a reminder of everything he didn't see or value before. It's a mirror reflecting the parts of you that were always there, but perhaps you never had the chance to nurture. The more you evolve, the more he's forced to confront the reality that the person he once knew is not the same as the person standing before him. What he fails to understand is that your growth isn't a reaction to his absence. It's a natural progression of you reclaiming your life, your time, and your energy. With each new accomplishment, each new step forward, you distance yourself from the need for anyone's approval. He's now watching from the sidelines as you build the life you've always deserved. And as you continue to thrive, he begins to feel the weight of what he's lost, not just in you, but in the potential he never truly recognized. You're no longer the person who waited for validation or sought out approval. The more you grow, the clearer it becomes that your evolution is unstoppable. The life you're building is no longer tied to anyone else's timeline, and the person who's now watching you grow can only look on, realizing they were never a part of your vision to begin with. Reason 5. Regret sets in. As time passes, he starts replaying memories in his mind. He remembers the times you made him laugh, supported him, and genuinely cared for him. Those moments that once felt normal now feel irreplaceable. Every thoughtful gesture, every shared experience begins to stand out in stark contrast to the silence now between you. The little things you did without thinking, the way you cared for him in ways no one else did, all become clear in the quiet spaces he's left with. Regret is a powerful motivator. It forces him to confront his own mistakes and inaction. He starts asking himself, what if she doesn't come back? What if I've lost her for good? These thoughts don't just cross his mind, they haunt him. In the stillness of his life without you, those questions echo over and over, growing louder with each passing day. It's no longer just about missing your presence. It's about realizing that the opportunity to make things right may have slipped through his fingers. He begins to understand that his inaction, his inability to value you when you were there, may have cost him something irreplaceable. He'll never get back the version of you that he knew, the one who gave him your time and love unconditionally. Now he's faced with the painful reality that his mistakes have created a distance that might be impossible to bridge. Every text he doesn't send, every chance he doesn't take to make amends, only deepens his sense of loss. This regret isn't just fleeting, it becomes a weight that he carries. It keeps him up at night, reflecting on the time he wasted, the things he took for granted, and the love he thought would always be there. And as time goes on, he realizes that no amount of wishing or regret will bring back the moments he let slip away. He's left only with the haunting realization that the person who once gave him everything is now someone he may never truly have again. Reason 6. Your energy becomes magnetic. When you focus on your growth and happiness, it shows. Your energy becomes magnetic. People notice, including him. He sees the transformation and feels drawn to you in a way he can't ignore. There's a shift in how you carry yourself. Your confidence, your joy, and your sense of purpose are palpable. Your energy radiates in a way that makes it impossible for him to overlook, even if he tried. It's not just about how you look. It's the way you move through the world with a newfound strength, and it pulls him in. But here's the best part. You're not doing this for him. You're building a life that makes you happy, and that kind of confidence is irresistible. Your happiness isn't tied to his presence, and that independence is what makes you even more captivating. As you pour into yourself, your energy becomes self-sustaining. You're no longer seeking validation from anyone else. Your fulfillment comes from within, and that authenticity is magnetic. As you continue to grow, the more he realizes just how much he's underestimated you. He thought he had you figured out, but now he's watching from the sidelines as you thrive, unbothered by his absence. The more you invest in your own happiness and growth, the more you solidify your sense of self-worth, and that makes you even more attractive. His old perceptions of you, the ones that held you in a box, start to crumble as he witnesses your evolution. This magnetic energy doesn't just pull him back, it sets a standard. He's forced to see you in a new light, as someone who is now out of his reach, in ways that make him question everything he once thought he knew about you. Your growth isn't just about moving forward. It's a message that you are no longer waiting for anyone to complete you. You've become your own source of fulfillment, and that's something he can't ignore. Reason 7. He has to step up or step out. By the time he realizes what he's lost, you're already thriving. You've grown in ways that leave him in awe, and he knows that he can't just come back into your life without proving he's changed. He sees the woman you've become, confident, independent, and unapologetically focused on your own happiness. The choice is his. Step up and meet you where you are, or stay behind and watch as someone else appreciates the amazing person you've become. Your growth is your power, and it's a reminder that you don't need anyone to complete you. Whether he comes back or not, you've already won. You've built a life for yourself, filled with purpose, joy, and fulfillment. The foundation you've created for your happiness is strong enough to stand on its own, with or without him. Now, if he wants to be a part of your world, he has to match the level of strength and growth you've achieved, not the other way around. As he stands at a crossroads, he knows that he's no longer in control of the situation. He's been given the opportunity to prove he can be the person you deserve, but he can't take that lightly. The version of him who once took you for granted is no longer enough to earn his way back into your life. It's a sobering realization that the space he once occupied has been filled with your own growth and strength. And that's the beauty of it. Your transformation isn't about seeking validation from him. It's about you reclaiming your power and showing that your happiness was never dependent on someone else. By focusing on yourself, you've taken control of your life, and that's the ultimate win. You are the one who decides what's best for you, and in doing so, you've already achieved the peace and fulfillment you were searching for all along. Remember, this journey isn't about him, it's about you. By focusing on yourself, you've taken control of your life, and that's the ultimate win. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and join our community. We're here to bring you more content on personal growth, relationships, and motivation. Stay tuned for more, and remember, your worth is undeniable. Live it every day.